so here we go, 1.6. This is absolute value. Now, real talk, I know you know absolute value. You think of it as those two bars of stuff in it, and then hopefully you know that if the stuff in it, if it's negative, it becomes positive. Congratulations, we just learned absolute value. But real talk, what actually is it? If you care, think about it. The way I explain it to kids is that if you go 5 feet to your right, you've gone 5 feet, right? If you go 5 feet to the left, you've also gone 5 feet. You've gone 5 feet in two different directions. Obviously, you cannot go a negative 5 feet. You can't go, even though you're going backwards, it's still a positive distance. And that's essentially, in real terms, what absolute value is. It's just measuring the total distance from one point to another in only positive terms, because you really can't have a negative. So all these are going to be is just a quick little review. And again, these are real blurry equal signs there, so ignore that for now. It's supposed to be equals. It didn't show up. Sigh, drama. Okay, so again, the most basic of basic. Remember that if you've got those two bars, anything in it that's negative is now going to be positive. Perfect, well done. So the absolute value of negative 27 is a positive 27. Now, the absolute value of positive, if it's already positive, it stays positive. It does not become negative. So that is going to still stay as negative 10, or sorry, positive 10, but the negative on the outside is essentially saying negative 1 times whatever's in the absolute value, which essentially is just going to make whatever you take the absolute value of negative again, which is kind of just like, I throw it out there just to mess with you, because you know that it can't be negative, but then once we do it, and then the negative's outside, it makes it negative again. And it's like, why even bother? Just to mess with you. All right. So it will get slightly more complicated where it's asking you to do some operations inside of the absolute value. So again, this really ties into that order of operations section you did not that long ago. So this turns into a negative 16 in the absolute value, which then equals a positive 16. Or I might have you do two separate absolute value things at the same time. So this would turn into positive 15 plus the 9 is just going to stay positive. So that will end up being 24. And all you're being asked to do is solve them. Now, I will try to make it more complicated because I am a terrible person like that and want to make you do some work. So I will give you some longer things where we got multiple problems to do. So we got the negative 42 minus, this is going to turn into the absolute value of negative 7 plus 29. So we know that this is going to turn into positive 7, so negative 42 minus 7 plus 29. And again, at this point, you can smash it into the calculator. I do it in baby steps, so negative 49 plus 29, which is going to leave me with negative 20 as my final answer. And again, you can show as much or as little work. Ideally, you will show some because you can't just smash the absolute value into the calculator. All right, last one's here. Again, it's just order of operations. You treat the absolute value like it's parentheses. So you got to do everything in here first in the correct order of operations. So that says to do 8 divided by negative 2, which would give me the absolute value of negative 4 minus 3 times 6, which would be 18. So negative 4 minus 18 gives me negative 22, which then in turn gives me positive 22 as my answer. All right, so you have 6 problems in the notes. I am not making it terribly difficult, and then you only have a 5-problem lesson check. So this is, however, the last review, quote unquote, review thing before you get to new algebra stuff. So make sure you get this before you move on. Deuces.